All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pick and Roll with Taz and Coach D. Today we got a guy who's the Team Beyond AAU program director. He's also a player development specialist, and currently he's the head coach at Randallstown High School. And this guy's even a tattoo artist. So this guy does a lot in the community, man. I wanted to bring him on. If you don't know who I'm talking about Coach B. Smith Jr. Welcome to the program, my brother.
No, I definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it, Coach D. We go way back. So
Right.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. So jumping right into it, man. Your playing days. Your playing days. What park or what gym did you learn the game at?
So I've been all over. I bounced all over the city, right? I played a lot of different places. I'm from East Baltimore, Baltimore City and Baltimore County. But the court or courts or the area that really I got my game from, or a lot of the times was Garden Village, right? I'm from Sedonia Avenue, and that court is monumental, which is called the Ville. We call it the Ville. So
Okay.
that's where I got a lot of um my teachings, I would say, from.
Okay. All right. All right. So all right, so coming up in Gardenville and learning the game and everything, how was the process from middle school to high school?
Middle school to high school was really rocky because I was a football player. I was a football player at heart, and I kind of ventured into the basketball world. A lot of the individuals in my area were basketball, strictly basketball. So you have the Will Bartons of the world, you have the Josh Selby's of the world, CJ, Najee. So I grew up with that nucleus of players coming from Golden Ring Middle School. So being a dual sport athlete, a lot of the times they were playing AAU basketball, which is a whole different beast today as it was back then. I was prepping to play high school football. So my
Okay.
transition into high school basketball was a little different than most.
Okay. Okay. And in football, were you playing running back?
I played everything, man. I
Yeah.
played running back. My senior year, I played quarterback, played free safety, cornerback, slot. I did a little bit of punt return, kick return. I did a little bit of everything
Okay.
at that time. Yep.
Jack of all trades on the football field.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes,
That's what
sir.
I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking
Just
about.
ain't had the physique or size at that time, no, did he?
Right.
So
Right. So what high school did you attend and where you play at?
yeah, I actually attended Overly High School,
Okay.
right around the corner. Kept it in the hood. I had a couple of opportunities to go like Curly and Calvert Hall. But I was loyal to the soil. Like I rock with my dudes that I came up with. Um, I stayed at Overly all 4 years.
Right. Okay. Okay. Which is always is, that's a different, that's a different thing nowadays, man. These
Oh
kids,
man.
they hop all over the place. They don't want to play with the neighborhood school. They don't want to play with some of their homeboys. They want to play with AAU teams, teammates that stack and get over
Yeah.
in another program and don't get no run and it's a
Sit
mess.
on the bench, Coach Hall.
Right.
You know this. They would rather go sit on the bench at a quote unquote name school before they get the reps, not understanding
Yeah.
that these college coaches or any coach is looking for the individual that they can play that has experience. But a lot of the times it be the parents as well. I think the parents have inserted themselves inside of the process a little bit more than when I was coming up. So that's a drastic difference.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely I would say probably 85% parents and
Yes,
uh another 10% is social media and 5% is the kid.
social media is crazy. It's crazy. It is absolutely not
Yeah.
real.
So social media, right. That's what I was just about to say that. It'll make you believe that you're a person that you not even, you're not really are. You
Right,
know what I'm saying? Yeah, social
right.
media make you do that, man. So I could imagine on a young undeveloped brain with the kids and they just do anything and it's so random. You know what I'm saying? So
Clout,
many
clout
random
chasing.
moves.
They're clout chasers. They
Yeah,
want that they want the spotlight without doing the work. On social
for
media,
sure.
everyone has a voice, so it's easily um fabricated, I should say. It's
Hmm.
easily fabricated. Whereas opposed, you had to get write-ups from credible sources and put in a paper or put in a magazine in order to get those credible sources. So,
Right.
yeah, it's definitely a beast, coach. It's definitely a beast.
For sure. For sure. So, college. What college do you decided to go to?
I decided to go to Widener University. And crazy story again, not knowing the process, and I don't know if a parent input was a good or bad thing, right? Because you got parents that overparent the process, and you got parents that are really good parents. Like my parents were really good parents; they just didn't know the process.
Hmm.
I had an opportunity to uh, go to Duquesne for a partial scholarship, but they wanted me to go to prep school and do these other things. Shout out and rest in peace to Coach Duty, Coach Squirrel down in Cecil Kirk. But I was going into my senior year playing quarterback and I didn't get a chance to play that summer of basketball. So those things that were set up for me wasn't um granted, I should say, or that pathway was set. So I ended up going to Widener University, which was a Division III school right outside of Philadelphia, Chester, PA. Really good institution. Chris
Hmm.
Carrillo is still there, still in
Yep.
talks,
Yep. Shout out to
and
Coach
community
Chris.
kid. Yep, he
Yep.
really good dude. At the time, I just talked to him too as a coach. There's some things that he did I didn't like back then, transparently. And I told him, as a coach, I understand why he did it then, but as a player, it was just absolutely out of control.
Right.
So no, good dude, good organization. I decided to go to Wine, and that was 2008 to 2012. So I stayed there my all 4 years, my entire time.
Great, 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 good stuff, man. Good stuff. And that MAC conference is a tough Division III conference, man. A lot of people don't know about that. I advise anybody that discredit Division III, come to Stevenson and watch a MAC game
Right.
and a MAC conference game and be real with yourself and see if you can get out there and get buckets like you think you can.
But that's the facility, though, coach, that individuals look at this Division I, Division II, Division III thing. That is college basketball, right? Especially at a Stevenson, a Widener. These institutions are better than your Division II schools,
Hmm.
right? And it's just it's a disservice being an individual that graduated from Widener University and a MAC school, to hear kids like, oh, I don't want to go to Albright, or I don't want to go to Stevenson. Like, bro, these institutions are creditable and have killers on that team. Like,
Yeah.
don't get it twisted.
Yes,
So it's
indeed.
it's it's definitely it's definitely wild to hear. Again, as a high school coach, the perspective of these individuals.
But yeah, yeah. So you spoke about your AAU team right fast, man.
Yeah.
Who some of the guys that you came up playing in the Cecil Kirk stable,
So I was underneath. So I had Johnny Higgins. Johnny Higgins was older than me.
of course.
I got a chance to see Rudy Gay and Josh Boone before they went to UConn. Dewan Summers was always a killer. Graduated from Madonna, went to Georgetown, played in the league multiple seasons. On my team, I had like Pookie and G Sharp and a kid named Devin. I had some a really good team. Shout out to Coach Melvin and Tug. All just Putney. I just seen Putney down the gym. So
Okay.
I had a nice AAU experience, I guess, at that time when I got on with
Yeah.
Cecil.
Yeah, I was once I got with Randallstown and Coach Rivers, I was very familiar with the Cecil Kirk, so because we got a lot of guys from Cecil Kirk.
Johnny
Juan
Higgins.
Summers was almost one of them, man. If we'd have got the
Oh,
Juan Summers, everybody would have been
yeah.
really mad.
Oh
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Because we'd have had him and Kimmy and Johnny at the same time.
Yeah, that's
So
that's just
yeah,
nasty work
it'd have
right
been we
there.
probably would have finished number one, even though Baltimore Sun they gypped us a few times of finishing with number one. But
Don't discredit yourself like you didn't
not
hang no
here or
banners
there,
there.
but yeah, we got Dewan Summers. That would have been it'd have
He
been over.
he was at Madonna with Herb. Herb
Yep,
was up at the yep.
yep, yep,
Herb was a
definitely. It'd have
nice
been
point guard
over.
too.
Yep. All right. So coming out of that Cecil Kirk stable, man. Tell me three tough guards that you look forward to playing against and learning from. Three tough guards
From back then.
back then.
So again, I always have to give it up to my hood. Like Will and Josh was always they were younger than me, but they were nationally ranked. So
Hmm.
those two individuals off the top of my head. Um, I will also always say because I was in Madison too. I played at Madison a little younger. Troy Franklin was the man. Pastor Troy was the man back then.
Yeah.
So he was
Quick.
always somebody that I kind of looked forward to playing and understanding and learning because they were a little bit more advanced than I was, especially when we were 12. Like they were different. But also, lastly, I would give an honorable mention to my guy Ron Watson. He played at Overly. I was in a freshman. He was a senior. Ryan, I learned a lot from Ryan back in those days. So those are probably the guards I would say off Bucks. But there's plenty of guards. You got Omar Strong. You got a lot of different
Hmm.
guards that were just killers back then. That I enjoyed playing against and learning from.
Okay, cool, cool. All right, switching bases, man. Coaching. How did you get into coaching? This crazy world of coaching.
Yeah, I know, man. It started out. I played semi pro with Coach English, right? Coach English. No, I actually take that back. I was playing semi pro with Coach English. Coach English got me the job at Randallstown, but I was committed to rest in peace, Coach D and Coach D and I came down Mervo. So Mervo was one of my first um coaching gigs, right, with you guys and Lordy. Understanding that process. I think it was by way of Will also having a relationship with Will Thomas. I kind of all of that kind of manifested into coming down there with you guys, which then I ventured out, still playing semi pro, being an employee of Randallstown High School, joining the staff. I think that's the year after 2018. I think because they left the Twins and Will left 2017 to join in the staff at Randallstown.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And you started on the as the head coach of JV, right?
Correct. Yep.
Right.
Started as
Right.
JV head coach 2018. Here we are, what, 2025?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still kicking and pushing. This was my first year. This is my first year as the head coach at
Okay.
Randallstown High School.
Okay. Okay. So being at this your first year, man, what's two things that you learned just moving that one seat over and being the head guy of the program?
I learned that everything falls on you, and most individuals are looking for your leadership, right? And if you do not systematically put things in place beforehand, then you find yourself doing majority of the work because you have the vision and it's not painted. Very few individuals have I guess staff that can manifest or take initiative that aligns with the coach's vision.
Coaching.
But that's one of the things that I've learned is you have to put things in place um in order for it to run as how you want it systematically in your vision.
Right, right, right. Definitely, man. If you whatever you want done, that's what you got to put to the forefront. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? Whatever you want done. You can't just say we gonna do this and then do it once or twice and then forget about it. So whatever you want for it to be your staple for your program, that's something that you got to preach every day. You know,
Correct.
so you're absolutely right with that. You had a great season this year, right? Baltimore County Coach of the Year, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
yep. He was an all-star coach, Baltimore City County all-star coach. So I'm just
Yeah.
giving you a little bit of your flowers,
Hey,
coach.
man,
Right?
I appreciate it. Somebody take it
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little notice.
for sure, man, for sure, for sure. So, but like I said, man, you had a great season this year. Hopefully we can get back to the prominence that Randallstown is. That was Randallstown a couple of decades ago.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're on the right track. You and your staff and everything. I came to a game and two games and saw you guys play. So you're definitely on the right track.
Yeah, I
Leading
believe
the
Coach
program.
Harden it's just retaining the talent that is in the area. That
Right,
is the
right,
huge thing
right.
about any city, county. A lot of these kids are going private, and a lot of the melting pot of athletes that are doing really well are coming out of that Randallstown, Milford, Newtown
Yeah.
area, Windsor Mills, Deer Park, and they're not staying home. So
Right.
the biggest push is to get, like you said, the Johnny Higgins. You had a chance at Summers, and you had Kimmy
Right.
English, who's in
Guys
the
were
NBA.
right in that area and
They
they would
writing
stay
it
in that area. You know?
correct because
Yeah.
these guys are going straight to the league from that area.
Yeah.
Like it's not the school that's getting you to these places; it is the actual talent. It's just keeping it homegrown. But
Right.
a lot of people don't see that vision, so
Right.
just trying to keep that up.
So what's your expectations for year two?
Year two is the elevate. We were division champs last year in the county. We unfortunately lost to Newtown in the county championship, but just getting there was fulfilling for the guys because we had an up and down season. Again, I do not duck bump. Like a lot of coaches want to talk about, we went 20 and 2 or 17 and 3. I want to play. I want my kids to play and showcase their talents against the best of the best. So we play Mount St. Joe, we play Madonna, we play Gristel, and I feel like once you start to pilot your program after quote unquote the best of the best in the city and county and private, then you can elevate the program. So elevation now, everyone knows what we can do and what we're possible of. Is now time to take it to the next level, win a county championship, and move on to winning a region and state championship.
Right. Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. All right. What are some of your players? Shout out some of your guys, man, that you look forward to coaching coming back.
Yeah, so I got two returning. Well, actually three. Cam is also returning, but I have two returning that I'm excited about. Mikal Williams, I think that should be on everybody's radar. 6'3", wiry, scored on all three levels, athletic, hit above the rim. And then I got another individual, his uncle, 6'6", African kid, 4.0 student, mid-range jumper. He's always learning and ready to get better. But I'm super excited to see how they manifest and grow over these years after learning and understanding the graduating 10 seniors and learning from those guys as we move forward.
Right, great, great, great. And big shout out to your JV coach, man, Keon. I
Yeah,
had Keon in JV. So it's just
that's
it's
crazy.
it's crazy to walk in the gym and see Keon coaching, and I coach Keon as a JV player at Randallstown.
That's
So
wild.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
wild, man. I'm proud of Keon too. So shout out to
yeah.
Keon.
Coach
Keon can
Keon.
barely talk above a whisper. Now he's a head coach. It's crazy, right? It's
Coach
crazy.
Keon Coach Keon
Yeah,
always working, always learning, always having input. Also having Coach Ahmad, and then on my staff
yeah,
as well is
Ahmad.
Tion Womack.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
having
man,
T-Row.
that's my heart. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
So
Yeah.
having my the staff that we have at Randallstown is credible. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
not just anybody, not discrediting anybody, but we have credible
Nah, guys
Randallstown
that did it.
alumni.
Yeah,
Yeah,
guys that did
alumni.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not
for
alumni,
sure, for
but
sure, for sure,
yeah, definitely
for
alumni.
sure. And it was a sidebar. It was great to come back, celebrate that 2005 championship
Oh yeah,
team, and see those guys and everything. I'll always see those guys in town and in passing, but to come back as a group and see some of those guys, that was great. I Joe English. I said, English, man, you gotta get your money together. We gotta come back two more times, baby.
yeah. No, so again, shout out to Coach English. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to celebrate those individuals that did it. And by showing our kids with championship caliber, championship mentality, and championship pride, because the problem right now, the climate, and it's coming back to be honest, but the climate in the past years, I feel like Randallstown lost the yo. I went to Randallstown, you know what I mean? At like rep, and that's my
Hmm.
biggest thing: repetition, reputation, representation. We all about the reps, and if the older guys that done it come back and rep Randallstown, then we can drive that legacy forward for us to get another state championship and continue to move forward with our domination.
Right. Yes. 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 We all are looking forward to it, man, and excited. Like I said, you guys are on the right track. Just keep grinding, and things will mature for you guys. Just right quick, I want to get into Team Beyond, man. How did you start Team Beyond?
Oh man, Team Beyond. Team Beyond was started, I want to say 2020. I had two players, Jeremiah Douglas, who now plays at Columbia football, and Ash Kendall, right? He went to Madonna and is now at the Coast Guard. I believe it's the Coast Guard. Um, those two individuals came to me by of Jeremiah Douglas. So Jeremiah was playing with the Thrills and the Mellows, and I guess they didn't make the roster. So they were good enough, but they didn't make the roster at that time. So they didn't have anything to do. At that time, I was training Jeremiah, and we pretty much kind of put a team together, right? This was
Mhm.
not an organization. We were not thinking about growing, etc. It was just getting these guys in the gym, let them continue getting ready for their senior season. Jeremiah was at St. Paul, Ash was at Madonna, got Caleb France from Christelle. So we got a lot of different players, Lance from Randallstown, etc. That manifested into what we have now. So those guys were the trailblazers and pioneers of Team Beyond and the organization.
Okay. Okay. You got any camps and clinics or anything that's going on your end?
Yes, sir. So we having Rams camp. Rams camp will be at Randallstown June 30th to August 8th, I believe. And again, here is just reps. It's a basketball camp. It's not a daycare, although I
Mhm.
understand they use it for daycare. It's a basketball camp. Your kid is getting basketball from 9 in the morning to 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and it's just basketball, basketball, basketball. And you have some of those reputable guys. So it's myself, Coach Tyra. Coach T. Woe, um, Amar Wilson, and Keon will all be, as well as Coach D. Coach D will also be there as well, to help with the process. But it's
Awesome.
just basketball, basketball, basketball at Randallstown.
Awesome, awesome, man. Awesome. But man, I definitely appreciate your time, man. I just wanted to come on and just give people, everybody know in the basketball community, everybody kind of know everybody, or it's
Right.
6 degrees of separation in the basketball
Oh
circle.
yeah, for sure.
But I just wanted, and that's why me and Taz created this podcast and created this space to get out stories that some of the people didn't know about
Right.
that person or about that coach. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people who probably didn't know you, didn't know that you started off as football as your first love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just little, little tidbits like that, that I think that is cool and interesting when it comes to basketball and us being out on the forefront and not everybody knowing the full story or some of the story that they think they know.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
correct.
saying?
The narrative.
And we know how this thing is, right?
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
nah, man, like I said, from afar, I know you going places, you know what I'm saying? You're an awesome dad. I see you with your sons, you know what I'm saying? And he's getting bigger. I remember
Yeah.
when you had, when you just had him and everything,
Right, right.
so yeah, man. So I'm proud of you, man. I just want to say that
Definitely
publicly. I
appreciate
know
it.
I always shout you out when I see you, but publicly, I'm proud of you, man. Keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Block out the haters, block out the
Yeah.
naysayers. You already know that,
Yeah.
because that first seat is a B, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But you built for it, my brother.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. And just understanding that first seat, the being in that spot, I don't care. It's almost like playing basketball, bro. You got the crowd is going to say what they're going to say about your game, regardless. You know what I mean?
Right.
So being a point guard and being from this city that we have,
You gotta keep it
we've been
moving,
up.
man. Right.
You suck.
Right.
You can't shoot. You great. Like, bro, we already know that. So to go to that seat, it's the same thing. Just
Right.
it's the same thing, same beast.
Right. Right.
So
Right. I'm here for you, my brother. Anytime you
yeah,
need me, man, just holler at me, man. Again, I
definitely,
appreciate you coming on. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who I was just talking to, I was talking to the great B. Smith Jr., head coach
my
of
man.
Randallstown High School. Appreciate you, my brother.
No, I thank you, coach. I appreciate you too. We'll definitely talk soon.
For sure.
No doubt.
Salute.
Catch up.
Just structured to give our kids in our community an opportunity not only to have fun, but learn and understand the importance of being a student athlete. A book and a ball can take you a lot of places. For me, it was my passport. Playing places like Canada, Mexico, and even China. So understanding the importance of academics and coupling it with athletics can take our kids a long way. So we continue to push the narrative. We continue to expose our kids, not only to the sports side and the athletic side, but also to the academic side. Because coupling both of them together, you can go far. Again, my name is B. Smith Jr., and this is Book and the Ball.